This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.
Let's begin with the latest from Sudan, where the transitional government has signed a peace deal with rebel groups. The deal ends a 17-year conflict. Since late 2019, the Sudanese government has been in negotiations with the Sudan Revolutionary Front. The SRF is comprised of rebels from Darfur, South Kordofan, and the Blue Nile regions. Representatives of the groups were in the South Sudanese capital, Juba, for the signing of the peace deal. Two rebel groups did not join in signing the peace deal. The final peace deal covers issues around security, land ownership, power sharing, and other measures. Well, let's discuss this further with Dr. Mustafa Ali. He's the CEO of Horn International Institute for Strategic Studies and Security. He's joining me via Skype. Dr. Mustafa, thank you for joining us on the program. This is very significant considering it's been a crucial goal for the transitional government. What can you tell us?
Absolutely, Beatrice. Peace and stability are top priorities for the transitional government in Sudan. And this deal will help stabilize regions like Darfur, South Kordofan, and Blue Nile regions to end the 17-year-old armed conflict and insurrections. And we will eventually see that more parties will be joining to sign and be on board on this agreement.
But many hurdles remain in the way of its implementation. We've seen the raft of what has been agreed so far. There'll be economic pressure. What other challenges are you foreseeing during the phase?
Yeah, we see that the transitional government, and that's where we had a big challenge, has demonstrated very good faith and commitment to the peace process, having revitalized talks which were suspended by removal from power of Bashir. And now we have those fighting groups that have come and have already subscribed to this new peace deal. Now, the challenges are to a lesser degree those groups that have not signed the peace agreement. They might be spoilers in the short term, but it's largely believed because the larger groups have actually joined and signed the peace agreement, the other groups will actually join in.
Well, Dr. Mustafa, this agreement is expected to end a 17-year conflict. But looking at neighboring South Sudan, for instance, there's still, a back and forth regarding the conflict there. Do you feel that there is enough political will in Sudan to ensure that what has been agreed so far will hold?
Yeah, there is political will, particularly with this transition government. They've gone through a lot of challenges, just like any a government that comes in through a revolution. There will always be those challenges, and the political will that is there within Sudan itself, the leaders, the politicians, and also increasingly we see countries like the United States of America already calling for the removal of sanctions against Sudan, particularly removing them from the list of state sponsors of terrorism and terrorists. We actually are seeing Sudan now moving forward, and that the will to succeed, to be peaceful and stable is there.
You have pointed out, though, that not all opposition groups have reached the agreement, have signed the agreement with the government. How is this likely to affect the implementation of the deal?
It will, and as said earlier, to a lesser extent. These are the groups, the opposition groups that have not signed on to this new deal are smaller, more to the fringes than mainstream. And so they may not affect so much, but there will still be those kind of frictions. The good thing here is that the main opposition parties have actually signed onto this deal, and that is good for Sudan. The others might play as spoilers for the time being, but many in Khartoum actually are hoping that they will sign on because the other major parties have actually signed on to this deal.
All right, Dr. Mustafa Ali joining us there via Skype from Nairobi. Thank you.